what's the race car doing outside?
Car's in the garage.
I knew I should have filmed that. I should have expected that answer. Got them all fixed?
I got one done.
Nice. Ooh, they're clean. So you got new valve stems?
No. Drilled them.
Oof. Oh.
Yeah, they were the wrong size. They told me at the factory for a little while they had the wrong drill bit.
Joseph had to drill holes in these very, very, very expensive wheels. That's crazy. He was having leaking problems. Wow. Get what you pay for, I thought was the answer.
It's not that you need a pinion, but it's ground out.
Oh, man, he ground. I think it looks good, actually.
I like it.
I thought it was going to be a lot bigger. That's what she said.
I think it looks good. So the only question is, do you want this straight with the pipe, because the pipe is angled just a smidge out, or do you want it straight with the car?
Ooh, that's a good question.
That is a good question, right?
Probably straight with the car, right?
But it's your car.
I would say straight with the car.
So that is just straight with the car. See, I almost like it with the pipe.
Yeah, that's true.
So
I mean, it's barely off anyways.
No, it's like a 1/16 of an inch.
No matter which way we do it, someone's going to say something.
Oh, yeah, someone's going to say, it's crooked. Yeah. So that's straight with the pipe.
I like that.
I think it kind of flows with the pipe.
Yeah, you got to.
And maybe it's because the hood is sloped. I don't know. I think it kind of works that way. All right, so that's it. Here we go.
And we're live. Oh, wow. Okay. That's aggressive. Here we go again. Joseph ruins Dave's hood, part 2. Oh my gosh.
Now we're ruining Dave's.
Oh, big drill bit's coming out. Sunk.
See, I don't know if I think you have to buy longer bolts for some of them.
Really?
Diesel.
I remember you said that.
Yeah, that drill bit's actually a smidgen too small still.
A smidgen.
Smidgen too small.
That's where my life revolves around running to the parts store every day. I'm really getting sick of it. Alright, so we've pretty much got everything ran. Fuel pressure regulators are in. They're not mounted yet. Well, that one's not.
The rails are in?
The rails are in. The
Injectors?
ID1050s are in. We did have to kind of massage some O-rings and use some other O-rings, but they are in there. So we just got to tighten up all the lines, mount the regulators, run a vacuum line to them, and...
We gonna be making noise tonight.
What?
With the Trans Am.
Yeah, we got to do. So first, we're going to go take some photos of the Trans Am that I've been promising Joseph for the last week, but he's been too busy working on the Mustang. So we're going to go take some cool photos of the Trans Am, but you can only see them if you follow
Streetcar Joe
on Instagram.
What are you doing, David?
Just putting some expensive race piss in here. Race gas for a streetcar. Easy with the words, Brady. Funnel. I need funnel.
Funnel? Oh, I can't get this damn thing to focus.
Oh, that's blue.
Look at that.
If you turn the can 90 degrees, it flows better.
And David over here.
Making me nervous, Brady. I don't want to spill this.
It's $20 a gallon.
$17.40. Holy shit.
He is pouring in $90 right there. And it's going to give him a quarter of a tank.
It's not going to last 5 minutes.
Oh, no. We'll have it burned out before the car ever makes the road.
Whoa.
Anyways, while David does that, I'll show you the fancy fuel system. Both regulators. So I think this one's the low side regulator, and this one over here is the high side regulator. All the lines, the fuel rails are on. Everything's tight. So yeah, David's getting the fuel ready because we're about to pour some in and try to pressurize the system.
Got plugs in.
Plugs in. Oh yeah, forgot the spark plugs. Spark plugs in. And yeah, we're about ready to go. It's 11:30. I fixed my clock finally. All right, here we are. David's back there working. He's doing some wiring. Hold on, let me show you what David's doing. So it's like a 50-50 if what wire you tap into the fuel pressure module. We got the wrong one, so we swapped it, and the fuel system works. So let me come back up here and show you. This is pretty close to finished product now. Both regulators, fuel lines, fuel rails, everything's done. We pressurized the system, and there's no leaks. Everything looked good. We set the regulators so they're close. So now we're stopping here. It's getting pretty late. So tomorrow, first thing, we're going to be loading up the tune, double checking everything, and firing her up on the new fuel system with a tune. So we're getting close, super close.
Change oil.
Change oil, button up a few things. We're hoping to drive it tomorrow night.
I'm gonna go buy 5 more.
4 weeks in the making.
I'm buying 5 more gallons of C16 tomorrow.
You're gonna need it.
Man, oh man, what an awesome night. Finally feels like we got a lot done. We mounted the fuel pressure regulators. Huge thanks to Brady for coming over and helping with those. Joseph did the other side, and then I was doing the spark plugs while they were working on that. So we got the new plugs in. They're all gapped, good to go. Fuel pressure regulators are mounted. All the fuel lines are hooked up, and I had one wire hooked incorrectly for the trigger wire for the fuel system to prime, and so I just had to switch that, and the fuel system turned right on. And we pressurized it, make sure there was no leaks. Nothing is leaking so far. We'll obviously keep an eye on that once we start driving around, things start moving around. But so far, it is looking very promising. I'm really excited, and we didn't even start the car up. Like, it was just a good night, and felt like we cranked out a lot of things, got a lot of things done. And so now, really, tomorrow, I've got to change the oil and the filter, get some fresh oil in there. We did actually put the C16 in today, which is really exciting. And I'll probably have to pick up some more C16, honestly. But we only have a tune to idle it and drive it up and down the street for a couple minutes and just go through the RPM ranges. But it's a really slow increase. It's not like it can't just ramp on the car yet. So they just want to make sure everything looks good before we start doing some wide open throttle pulls. So probably won't do those till next week because they're not going to be looking at the tunes on the weekend. But at least we can get him the idle and the drive log, and then we can start working on some wide open throttle pulls next week, which is super exciting. But I've got enough work to do over the weekend to kind of clean things up before we're out doing crazy wide open throttle pulls. So a lot of wiring needs to be taped up and loomed. The fuel lines need to be actually mounted up. They're kind of just hanging under the car right now. They're in the right path, but we got to put some loom around them and then hang them up so they don't move. Got to run like a couple T's, couple vacuum lines. I can even hook up the boost controller, which I need to do that, but we're going to be doing wide open throttle pulls next week off of the Gates, which is just 8 pounds, and then obviously we can hook up the boost controller and turn it up a little bit, so I can do that. But I've got a really busy weekend, so I actually probably won't be working on the car, but tomorrow night at Joseph's, I'm going to change the oil, get all the fuel lines done, finish the vacuum lines, tape up and loom any wires that need to be loomed, put everything away, clean everything up, put the tires on the car and drop it, and we'll take you guys along for the ride and do the idle, and we'll do the drive around. And you know, it might not run good. I wanted to take it home tomorrow, but it might not run good enough to actually be driving it home. Like, this is the first file. It's a completely different car, like everything's changed on it, so we'll see how it goes, but I'm really excited to just start that process. And there's definitely going to be some things that arise and some things we'll have to adjust, and that's just part of it. But I'm glad we're at least at that point where we can start driving the car and making changes. So it's going to be a fun week next week. I've got a huge weekend ahead of me. We have Caffeine and Cars Saturday morning. I'm going to Wichita Falls with Joseph to go racing. And Kennedy's coming. She's going to do some photos. It's going to be an awesome time. And we're going to get home super late, and then at 5 a.m. I'm actually flying out to DC to do some awesome YouTube videos and some videos for Ceramic Pro with none other than Travis McNutt and DHR Street Speed. If you don't know who DHR Street Speed is, make sure you're following him on Instagram and YouTube. Probably a lot of you guys have already seen his YouTube channel. He's got an awesome collection of cars. So we're actually going out there to do some Ceramic Pro stuff. I'm only going out there for literally 24 hours and then I'm coming back. But it's going to be a super busy weekend. I'm really looking forward to it. And then we can start tuning the Mustang next week. It's going to be crazy. But as always, huge thanks to Joseph Young. He put in a ton amount of work. He killed it. Huge thanks to Brady for coming over and helping. And it's been an awesome ride, and I can't wait to see where it goes from here. As always, make sure you guys follow me on Instagram and Snapchat at VanV39. We'll see you guys on the next one.